AA, see you in church. Hi, I'm Manuel. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Put the little hand up. I always do it right away because I have the tendency to forget. And leave a message. Tell me if you like the subject or you'd like to hear about something else. And I'll read, and if I have any knowledge on it or if I get knowledge on it, I'll cover it here. And we can see if we can get a conversation started. Maybe you and a friend, or hopefully you leave a little bit of message there and us we'll talk. Well, I'm not going to talk about Jubilee. No, this was something else. It was a documentary on a movie that I didn't find scary, neither did my mom. And it's no stones. I don't have any stones on it. It's just, see, there was a book put out, and everybody was like, well, blah, blah, blah. And when I was little, I read, and I read, and I read, and I read. Our neighbor read this book, and she brought it over, and she says, Charlie, do you want to read this book? And my brother goes, no. And so she looked at me. She knew I was always reading. So she decided, Manuel, do you want to read this book? And I said, what is it about? And she told me. And I said, okay. And I asked my mom. And she goes, yeah, we can put this book and you don't bring any books from the library and we'll read this. So we started reading it. And we read it through the page by page and finished it. And it was scary. So we heard that they were going to release the movie. And the book and the movie was called The Exorcist, okay? While people were freaking out, it was coming out. They went to see it. We heard people were throwing up. They were screaming, oh, I'm so scared, and all this kind of stuff. And I was like, do you think it's going to be that scary, Mom? She goes, I don't know. The book was really, really, really scary. So we went to see the movie. And after we saw the movie, we both went home and we looked at each other. And I was like, that wasn't scary. My mom says, it was a little scary. I said, well, yes, it was, but the book was better and it was scarier. There was more drama in it. There was more, her head spins in the book. And in this movie, the head just goes, I didn't find that scary. And we both were like, well, no, not really. Not after reading the book. And we weren't scared. We found it was okay. It was a good movie. We enjoyed the movie. But from the way the people in the news and I threw up and all this kind of stuff, we looked at each other and we were like, no. We didn't have any of that. And we just look at each other like, no. What movie did they see? Because this wasn't that. And I just saw a documentary and I was remembering all the stuff they said about it. And I remember seeing it, but I don't remember that drama going on with me or anybody in the movie theater when we went to see it. And I was like, it was good, but uh-uh. And we saw The Heretic, the last one that was about the first one before the whole storyline. We saw that too, and mm-mm. We saw a lot of them. We saw the one about uh, Anna Rose, I think that's what it was called, the little girl, and the building burned and all that kind of stuff. And that one was supposed to be based on a true story too. And I didn't find those movies scary. To me, it was just like Jaws. It was as scary as Jaws was, and I didn't find Jaws scary. But maybe that's just me. But when the reality went on, I don't know. I liked it. I enjoyed it. The even the TV series The Exorcist, it was good at the beginning. The way it ended, I knew it was going to end that way because it sort of started going down the road like somebody else is taking over the script and taking the politically incorrect out of the movie. Oh no, it's being too whatever, and we gotta crap it, make it suck. And the ending ended, and I was like, oh no, that's stupid. And for me, I was like, no, that's boring. I knew it was gonna happen. A friend called me and asked me, "What's gonna happen now, Manuel?" And I said, "Oh, they're gonna kill the mom, the grandmother. The mother's gonna kill the grandmother." And she goes, "Why?" I said, "Well, the demon has to go somewhere. They're not keeping her stabilized like they should, and I didn't see them hand out any Saint Benedict medals to keep the forces. If you remember in the original movie, I said he pulls the necklace off and then gets into the body of the priest. Then the priest throws himself down some stairs. So then when the priest dies, because he died so far away and that other priest would have that on him, he doesn't have a vessel to go into, so he has to go back to where he came from. And that's from hell. He has to go back there. But in the reality of the storyline, that's it. So then when we saw the movie just didn't impress me. I mean, the TV show, it was good at the beginning. But once you got near the end, it got boring. It got politically correct. And the next season, I tried to start seeing it, but it was so dumb. So I just let it go. I got a one season of good show, and that was it. But what do you think? How do you feel about that? I don't know if you saw that. A lot of people didn't go back and see any of the spooky or anything like that. I like to do that sometimes. I'll see an old movie here and there of something, and it's great. But don't forget to subscribe to my channel, put the hand up, Leave a message. Tell me how you feel about the conversation. And don't forget, AA, see you in church.